Hello, ambitious business owners. Good afternoon. Welcome to Tuesday. I'm Susie Campbell, the founder of this group, and every week I share some tips and ideas, and I also answer questions that are posed to me by members of this group. So thank you, Michelle Rowland, for your question around consistency in business. It's a great point. It's something that I think we all have to get to grips with, because without consistency, you can't generate consistent leads. You can't get into a routine and a rhythm which helps you to generate leads and convert to sales, which ultimately we all need to do, whether we are product-based, service-based, bricks and mortar, online. There are a lot of tasks as a business owner that you have to be consistent with. And as soon as you break that consistency, something starts to give. Work either builds up, or tasks that need doing build up, or you incur extra costs because you haven't done something. Good examples: reconciling your accounts, whether you use software or whether you use a spreadsheet and you print invoices, however you manage it. If you're not consistent with them, you're not going to have the full picture of what your business and how it's performing, and your cash flow will start to suffer because you've forgotten about invoices that need to be paid, or you haven't reconciled sales, and you haven't got a clear vision of your costs and your profit margins. Consistency can come with other tasks in your business, not just obviously accounts. It could be checking your diary. It could be planning in time to do your window displays. It could be time to even clean your shop premises. It could be reordering stock. It's about being consistent with everything and having a bit of a plan and a routine for them. So a bit like you might book your gym class each week, there's things in your business that you need to get into that habit of planning into your diary. When we're so busy with the doing of our business, then the routine tasks that we need to do sometimes get put to one side. So it's really important. Me and my team treat my business, they treat Hullabaloo as a client. So we imagine that we have Hullabaloo as a client, and therefore they have things that need doing. We need to create content. I need to do these lives every week because I know that it helps you guys. And it also challenges me, and it's something I enjoy. So they're programmed into my diary each week. Reconciling my accounts is something that I do every day, because I know if I don't do it daily, I'll get to the end of the week and all of a sudden it becomes a bigger task that takes me half an hour as opposed to a minute if I do it each day. And I learnt from that. And so I now do log into my accounting every single day. It doesn't matter what time. I don't have a set time. When I've got 2 minutes between calls or something like that, I'll jump in and I'll reconcile any invoices or whatever that need dealing with in there. And then it's constantly up to date and I've got a good picture. And certainly at the moment, it's really important. Accountants are calling for, projections if you're claiming JobKeeper, and you've got BAS returns to do. So it's really important to stay on top of them. So consistency. And what I would do, Michelle, is I would look at all the tasks that are repeatable tasks in your business, things that you have to do every day, every week, every month, every fortnight, whatever it might be. So it might be that you commit to writing a blog each month. Again, plan that into your diary, be consistent with it, because all of a sudden, if you don't carry on with your blog and that's generating you leads, then there's one of your lead generating tasks stopped. And it will be the same with not being consistent on social media. And I talk about this a lot. If you've got a social media channel, be consistent with it, because if that's generating you leads, it's like closing your doors and you stop it. It would be like shutting down your website. And if that's where leads come from, why would you not maintain and look after your website? So understanding what's generating you leads, what's making you money, what's bringing customers to your door or to your website or calling you up, however they connect with you, and make sure that they take priority in the consistent way that you deal with them. And then it's about identifying all the other functions of your business that need to happen, like your accounts, renewing your website hosting, or changing your window displays, or cleaning, or whatever it might be, all those other tasks, you've got to be consistent with those too. And it's just a case of being quite disciplined and getting into a habit. If you know that every Tuesday at midday you are going to do X, it will become a habit. You plan it into your diary, you book it in it, so no one else can book your time. And that's what I started doing. I had a big block with using an online diary, but I soon found that by handing out my diary to people to book into, stopped people from booking in when actually I really needed to do something else, and my stuff just getting pushed back, and it was inconsistent. So that was something which really helped me. And everyone can use an online diary. Most of them are free, or very low cost, and it just helps you to be more consistent. So I now have set times blocked out that no one can book me, and that's boundary setting as well as being consistent. So I hope that was useful, Michelle, and thank you for posing the question. Jennifer, you're way more disciplined than I am, Susie. It might have something to do with my military background, Jennifer. I am very disciplined, but I don't think I always was. It has taken practice, but I think as soon as you feel the benefit of it and the difference it's made and the time it frees up, because you become more efficient, that's when you do it more, because you think, if I do this now, I haven't got the pain of it at my weekend, or when I want to take a morning off or something. Yes, yes, everything was about routine and consistency there, Jen. And I tell you, the other thing that's helped me is having team members, and whether that's just a VA or whether that's a subcontractor that you outsource to, that's built consistency, because I have to be consistent for them. So I can't not pay my team, or I can't not check in with them and make sure that they've got what they need. And it made me look at my processes to make sure that it was easy for them to work and operate too. So it has lots of knock-on effects, and I've said this a lot before, but if you want to scale and grow, getting these consistent practices in place whilst it's just you makes it so much easier when you want to grow or take on more clients or take on a staff member or an admin person, because you've got this routine and you share that routine with them, and they either take those tasks off you and it becomes their routine, or they slot into it and they know what your routine is. So there's lots of advantages to building it into your business. I have a block around sharing an online diary too. Good to hear it worked well for you. I'll give it more consideration. Hadn't considered that it would actually protect my time rather than make it more available. Absolutely, Jennifer. Seriously, it's probably took me about 2 years to do it properly. I was always a hard copy diary girl, always. I had one with me. Everything would be written in my hard copy diary, and I just couldn't see how I could let go of it. And it was one of my team members that really forced it, and it still, the transition took a little while, so I had to spend a bit of time putting into the online diary everything that I had in my hard copy diary, and I did spend some time doing that. And then I had to really be disciplined I just had to put it away. And it had a bit of an emotional attachment too, because my children buy me one every year for my birthday, because my birthday's at the end of the year, so I get a new diary at the end of the year, and so I kind of missed that aspect of it too. So I'll have to find them something else to buy me. But as soon as I forced myself to send my diary booking link. Otherwise, usually I'd send emails or I'd pick up the phone and we'd be toing and froing, and it would take ages to do that. And as soon as I sent the link out, so just today, I'd sent a link out a couple of weeks ago to a lady. She wasn't able to book in. She's just booked in today. It goes straight into my diary. That's blocked out. No one else can book me. And it's done. Do I have a diary platform that you love? Now, there's a few around, and I did play around with a couple. I use Book Like a Boss, and I do like it. You can customize it. You can add in questions for people to answer before your call. It has reminders. It was the cost. Now, I bought it on a deal at the time, and it was pretty low cost anyway. There are others out there that possibly are more sophisticated, I don't know. I've integrated it, and you can integrate it to lots of things. So you can integrate it to MailChimp. Yes, Book Like a Boss, Jen, it's called. You can customize the URL to you. You can embed it into websites. It's pretty good. I find it suits my purposes perfectly well. You can share the link easily. So yeah, I like it. I did try Calendly, and I did try, there was another one, I'm trying to remember the name of it, and I just found them a little bit clunky. I think Calendly, if you wanted the functionality that I wanted, it then became a lot more expensive, so I ruled it out due to cost. Because I don't have high volume booking, but oh my goodness, it saved me so much time. And it's just a simple case of sending it out to people, or when people comment in Facebook groups, you could share the link, or I've embedded it into my website now, and I say you can book me on my website, and there's a link there, and I get people doing that quite often. So, but I had to be really disciplined and consistent with using that online diary, because the minute I went to write anything in there, I knew that it would screw me up online, because someone could book in. They wouldn't know that I booked it in between time, and I knew that I'd got booking links out there that people could book in at any time. So yeah, and once I did it, now I can't believe I didn't do it earlier. Bit of pain up front, as I say, but once you've done it, and it also makes it easier for people to arrange with you. People are very busy. You deal with a lot of females, Jen, and mums, and there's nothing more frustrating than not being able to arrange an appointment quickly. And people would to and fro with me, and by the time they'd come back and said yes to a time, someone else had booked in meantime. And so I had this constant battle of trying to juggle diary bookings, and I don't have time for that. And equally, my team didn't have visibility of my hard copy diary sat on my desk. So they couldn't say yes to people or book clients in. So now they can see it, and they can easily say, you know, Susie's free at this time, book in here. And yeah, it's saved me so much time and deconflicted lots of clashes that were happening. So yes. Okay. Always happy to talk on that subject again, Jen, if you've got other questions. Thank you for listening. I hope that was useful, Michelle. And as ever, just pop any comments or questions in the comments box, tag me, Susie Campbell, and I'll be happy to answer. Thanks, guys, and I will see you again soon with some more media, marketing, content, business support topics. Anything you want to ask about, I'm always happy to help. Thanks, guys.